Growing up in Pasadena, it's almost like you really only have three options, right? You got either go to the military, you go work in the refineries, or you go to college and do the whole hoopla, get a good job, and good life, all that stuff, right? I was always trying to find, trying to fit in, trying to, please my friends, trying to please, other people and all that. And it was one of those things where, I was trying to do everything right, but it just wasn't working. And then the one time I literally was like, you know what, let me just give a shot on myself, and it just all kind of pieced together, being this artist. Success to me, it doesn't have money tied to it or whatever, but it just means that I get to do what I love. I love Houston. The art community is, whenever I came up, everybody was just here to help. They'd be like, yeah, dude, this is what I do. They'll respond, do all that. I mean, I can't say for everybody, but it meant everything to me, somebody who's trying to, make a name for themselves. I remember being at the age of 4, and I mean, I love my family and all that, but we didn't really come from a lot. And so I didn't really grow up with video games as much as other kids did. And so, I always gravitated towards a pen and paper. So you would always catch me drawing in elementary and all that. But I guess I really got inspired, I think, from my grandfather. He was a welder in the refineries. Whenever he would come home from work, I remember I'd take his boots off and all that. I would also give him just some of these papers, these envelopes and stuff. And I'd just be like, hey, Poppy, draw me this, and draw me something. And I remember him just doodling these cows, these farm animals, and it just kind of inspired me, and a lot of the stuff that I do to this day, it's kind of funny because it kind of reflects that same childlike. I'm always trying to tap into that, just that feeling whenever I first started. The reason why I love spray paint is just it's very physical. You're always under the circumstances. You're always under the weather, the height of something, the texture of the wall, and it's all your mind is just constantly rolling, and I love that aspect. There's just so much technicality to it. There's different pressure cans, there's different nozzles, there's different grips. You can't really learn it from somebody or in a classroom. You just gotta do it, and that's just something I fell in love with. There's always something, if you watch another artist paint and they do a certain method or whatever, and you can learn how to apply that to your style. After working on the railroads for some time, I got comfortable, married my wife, we got our own little space. And things were going good, man, but then guess what? COVID happened.
Scientists in China say a pneumonia outbreak appears to be linked to a new coronavirus.
The World Health Organization is holding an emergency meeting right now.
This order marks the first statewide mandatory restrictions issued in the U.S. to help combat the outbreak.
The U.S. now leads the world with more than 13 million infections.
I ended up just losing my job, and instead of me trying to send my other application to somewhere else or looking for another gig, I'm like, you know what, dude, I'm tired of this. This is my 3rd job this year. I'd rather do this art thing, and if I make a couple $100 a week, that's fine by me. I just want to pursue something. And I'm super grateful for my wife. I remember I talked to her, I had a conversation with her, and I was like, hey, thinking about just doing this art thing. She knew I was unhappy too with everything. Instead of her telling me to go get another job, she's like, no, go for it. But that forced me in a position to be like, you gotta take it serious. Everything you do, you're gonna be working way more, you're gonna be staying up late, you're gonna be saying yes to every single thing that comes your way. And that's what it was, dude, for the first year. I mean, luckily, man, we did well, and man, dude, she held it down, and I'm super grateful now because it's been 4 years. She hasn't had to work a job for 2 years. When you believe in something, you sow something, you'll reap it eventually. I'm a firm believer in you are who you surround yourself with. And I remember At the time, I had just met my close friends now, Frankie and Donkey Boy, right, Alex. To see that the level of success that they had in their careers, it was just something I wanted. I was just getting after it. Any little chance I could hang with them, dude, I would just be there. I would be at the events and stuff. The Rockets reached out to Frankie, and then Frankie gave me a call, and he's like, hey, bro, I got a question, dude. The Rockets are looking for a young artist to, paint a mural. I thought of you. Are you interested? I wanted to say, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, I'm ready, dude, But at the same time, too, I was like, yeah, I'm ready, like, yeah, let's go with it. And sure enough, working with them was a dream. It was great. A lot of times, like, you gotta get in debt with, like, the whole, with your work, right? Don't check results. You just gotta do so much work where it owes you, right? It's gonna come back. And so whenever this happened, this opportunity presented itself, I wasn't in a position where like, oh man, I hope I can pull it off. I hope I can do it. No, it was just a matter of like, give me the wall, give me I'll handle it. Like, just give it to me, bro. I got it. This is what literally I've been praying for. Came up here and I really needed to make this work, and all these artists and just people who had opportunities to embrace me with open arms, and I was fortunate enough to do something with it, and it inspires me to do that for somebody someday. And so it just kind of makes me just keep trying to do the best that I can and get in places where a lot of artists don't normally get to. I hope I can bridge the gap between that and help them go a little bit further than I did. This whole idea of being the best artist, this and that's non-existent, man. Like, we all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses, But however, we do need each other to succeed and to thrive. I mean, not only for the money, but just like the idea of being like a creative. I know I have a role to play, and I mean, everything that I do ties into that, because at the end of the day, man, I'm only here for so long. It's humbling, man. It just gives me purpose.